Greetings, friends. It's me, Wayman, and I wanted to read something out of Job. This is a response to Barklord's video, and I've been thinking about this concerning Job and about him, a statement that he made about getting upset with existence or shaking your fist at existence. And I think you can. Because it's at that point when you shake your fist, you know that you're in a helpless situation, and you can do a bunch of things. Two of them would be do something about it to make your situation better, or do absolutely nothing at all. And this happened to me on my trip. I was fighting the wind. It was horrible. The wind was coming at me, and I was getting thrown all over the river. And these two older people, of course I'm cursing the wind, you know. These two older people in a canoe out for a day trip. They're going on a picnic. I watched them. They blew right by me. And I seen what they were doing. They were going along the shore, where there's less current. And they weren't out in the middle taking all the wind, and they made their way down, and they weren't getting thrown as bad. So while I was fighting the wind and with all my strength, and I was getting pretty tired out, cursing the wind, there wasn't anything I could do about it. The wind was with me, and I did give up for a while, took a break, but then I seen these people, so I kind of followed them down, and it was a big help. I used that tactic the rest of the 34 miles. So that's the thing. And here, I think, concerning Job, a lot of times, even though he's talking to his friends, he's talking to himself also. And sometimes in these, Job said in reply, maybe at the beginning, sometimes scribes may have written this in, but you know, it's not really to the person, it's to the divine, you know, or he's thinking things through. And part of verse chapter 13, I don't like chapters because in scrolls you read it straight up. I always suggest when reading these to take all of Job's statements, put them in a word processor, and paste down, you know, boom, 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 one after another. It'll take some time. And then kick out all the chapter headings, so you just have complete text. And it's a beautiful read. So starting in 12:25 and reading down to 13. Chapter 13, 16. I'm going to read this. They grope without light in the darkness. He makes them wander as if drunk. And this section right here, I know I keep stopping, but this section right here pretty much goes against Orthodox. And here is what happens when experience trumps Orthodox. Which, you say, wait a minute, what do you mean? A lot of religious people, in order to deal with problems, wallow in those problems due to the restrictions Orthodox place on them, which may go contrary to experience. So, you know, man's foolish, he doesn't know, but sometimes he does. I think it was in Hosea, for lack of knowledge, my people suffer. So this is what Job has to say about his friends sitting around talking Orthodox. Here, he lashes out at Orthodox in this, and says the following. My eye has seen all this, my ear has heard and understood it. What you know, I know also. I am not less than you. Indeed, I would speak to the Almighty. I insist on arguing with God. But you invent lies. You are all quacks. If you would only keep quiet, it would be considered wisdom on your part. Hear now my arguments. Listen to my pleading. Would you speak unjustly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you be partial toward him? Will you plead God's cause? Will it go well when he examines you? Will you fool him as one fools men? He will surely reprove you if in your heart you are partial toward him. His threat will terrify you, and his fear will seize you, and your beliefs are empty platitudes, and your responses are unsubstantial. So maybe that's what we need to do. It's perfectly fine to use life experience and apply it to our lives, even if it trumps orthodox. And it's perfectly fine to get upset and shake your fist at existence if it leads to something else. And sometimes maybe the Zen way would be to do nothing. Sometimes that's fine to do nothing. But then other times it may be fine also to act. So run towards your fate, even though you're facing an end. We're all facing some kind of end because we're human. And some of us think we know what that end is, and others just accept that we don't. And rather than being afraid and denying ourselves life experiences, denying ourselves happiness, even though tragedy strikes, denying ourselves the means to do something about it, to better ourselves, maybe putting ourselves right in the ash pile itself. So, if I didn't continue on, and if I didn't view my surroundings, see what other people experienced, I'd still be sitting out in the middle of the river, cursing the wind. And if I didn't do anything about it, at that point, I know I would have been driven backwards. At that point, I was being driven backwards. I was sitting right in the middle of rapids and not getting anywheres, and which is a bad situation. The boat could have turned, I could have got dumped. But after doing nothing and realizing what kind of situation I was in, after cursing my existence, I looked around me and I seen some people who were making it. And through experience, I was able to get out of that tough situation. So, a little Jesus freak lesson there. Sorry. But that's what I was thinking about. And that's just one part of Job that I really like, is the curse against Orthodox. So take care, friends. And all these people who are sometimes in Orthodox say they're speaking the truth and for God, let them be examined. Take care, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.